free. Accra.
Eyewitness News. Be there as it happens.
Citi News.
It's 17:30 GMT. This is Eyewitness News on 97.3 Citi FM. I am Umaru Sanda Amadu. Tonight, I'm here with
Hawa Idrisu Mustafa.
And coming up over the next 90 minutes.
They want to trust that the police service will act in their best interest, free from undue influence and without discrimination. To achieve this, IGP, your leadership must be rooted in integrity, discipline, and innovation.
President John Dramani Mahama swears in Christian Tete Yohuno as IGP to replace George Ekufo Dampare. We'll find out what the legacy of Dr. Dampare is and what Christian Yohuno brings to the table. Also, coming up, Madina Member of Parliament Francis Xavier Sosu introduces a private member's bill which will make it impossible for outgoing presidents to make appointments after the December 7 elections in the future. And later on Eyewitness News, we take you to the Wejagbayo municipality, where over 40 homes have been submerged along the sea at an area known as Kele, a community where we are told that the residents there are inundated by floods. Stay with 97.3 Citi FM for more on this and many other stories on Eyewitness News. And in business,
gold prices crossed the $3,000 mark amid global trade tensions.
That's in 50 minutes from the Citi Business Desk. Eyewitness News is live across Ghana on a host of affiliate stations. We are also around the globe on citinewsroom.com. We are interactive. Join us on WhatsApp 0549 986 996. 0549 986 996. You can also go to Twitter, now known as X, and send me messages by mentioning my handle at Umaru Sanda or at Citi973. Do add the hashtag Eyewitness News when you send your message. You can listen to us if you're going outside Accra by tuning into the following radio stations. If you're going to Takrady, tune to 100.5 FM. We are on Premier. We are also on 105.5 FM on Beach FM in Takrady. We are also on Sky 93.5 FM in Takrady. Now, if you go to the Ahafo region, we are in Goso on Hames Radio 106.5. In the Bono region, we are in Sunyani on Greener 95.9 FM. If you are headed for the Ashanti Regional Capital, Kumasi, tune to Orange 107.9 FM or Alpha Radio 104.9. In the Volta region, we are in the Capital Ho on Global 105.1 FM. We are in Adakluwaya on Adanu 107.7 FM. In the Northern region, we are in the Capital Tamale on Diamond 93.7 FM. We are in the Upper West region in Laura on Westlink 88.1 FM. In Upper East, we are on Source 100.1 FM in Boko. And in the Northeast region, we are on the Nakwanduri Escarpment via Scarp 101.3 FM. The discussion is live. We are on YouTube. We are on citifmonline.com. That's our website. We are also on citinewsroom.com. And we are on Facebook. We start off with the Ghana Police Service. And Hawa has our first story.
President John Dramani Mahama has called on the newly sworn-in Inspector General of Police, Christian Tete Yohuno, to lead the Ghana Police Service with unwavering integrity. He said this during a swearing-in ceremony following the removal of Dr. George Ekufo Dampare from the position. President Mahama, in his address, stressed the importance of maintaining ethical standards within the police force, indicating that leadership must be founded on honesty and transparency. He further urged Christian Tete Yohuno to tackle the persistent challenges of corruption and bribery within the service.
Today is an important occasion in our collective commitment to justice, security, and good governance. It's a great honor and privilege for me to stand before you to swear in our new Inspector General of Police, a distinguished officer who assumes this high office at a critical juncture in our nation's history. The Ghana Police Service is a cornerstone of our democracy, and it plays an indispensable role in safeguarding our peace, ensuring law and order, and protecting the fundamental rights of all our citizens. As we all know, security is the foundation of development. Without safety and stability, businesses cannot thrive. Children cannot go to school in peace, and our communities would not prosper. It is for this reason that the leadership of the Ghana Police Service is of paramount importance. Your appointment as IGP comes at a time when the security landscape is rapidly evolving. Traditional policing methods must be adapted to confront new and emerging threats and criminal networks, which require strong intelligence gathering and proactive law enforcement. Ghanaians have high expectations of the police service, and rightly so. Our people look to you for protection. They want to see a police service that is not only professional and disciplined, but also one that is fair and just. They want to be reassured that when they report crimes, they will receive a swift and impartial response. They want to trust that the police service will act in their best interests, free from undue influence and without discrimination. To achieve this, IGP, your leadership must be rooted in integrity, discipline, and innovation. The Ghana Police Service must continue to reform itself to meet the needs of our ever-changing society. Intelligence-led policing, community engagement, and effective deployment of modern technology must be at the core. Our officers must be well-trained, well-equipped, and motivated to serve with excellence. One critical area that requires immediate attention is the relationship between the police service and the communities in which they serve. Public trust in law enforcement is essential. Without it, effective policing becomes difficult. The concept of community policing must be strengthened. The police must be seen not as an intimidating force, but as a partner in crime prevention, safety, and development. Officers who serve and protect with empathy, fairness, and respect for human rights are respected in society. Mr. IGP, your role will also involve rooting out corruption within the service. Corruption in law enforcement undermines justice and weakens public confidence in our security agencies. It is crucial that all forms of unethical behavior, from bribery to the abuse of power, are decisively dealt with. We must build a service that is respected both locally and internationally for its professionalism and integrity. Additionally, I want to emphasize the importance of improving the welfare of officers under your command. Policing is a very demanding profession that requires sacrifice and dedication. Our officers must be well remunerated, adequately housed, and given access to proper health care and psychological support. A motivated police force is a productive police force. Let me take this opportunity to also extend my deepest gratitude to the outgoing Inspector General of Police. He has served our nation with dedication and commitment, and his contribution to law enforcement and national security will not be forgotten. We thank him for his service and we wish him well in his future endeavors. To the brave men and women of the Ghana Police Service, I urge you to give your fullest cooperation to your new leader. You are the backbone of our national security framework. Your dedication and sacrifices keep our country safe. Know that the government is committed to providing you with the necessary resources, training, and carry out the necessary reforms to enable you carry out your duties effectively. To our new IGP, I encourage you to lead with vision, fairness, and unwavering commitment. Leadership is not just about authority, it is also about service. It is about inspiring those under your command to uphold the highest standards of professionalism and accountability. Your leadership will be measured not just by crime statistics, but by the trust and confidence the public has in the Ghana Police Service. As you take on this immense responsibility, know that you have the full support of myself and my administration and the people of Ghana. We trust in your ability to build a police service that upholds justice, respects human dignity, dignity, and maintains peace across the length and breadth of our country. And so I wish to congratulate you once again on your appointment and pray that you lead with wisdom, courage, and integrity. May God bless you as you assume your new assignment. May God bless the Ghana Police Service and bless our beloved nation, Ghana.
You had President John Dramani Mahama, now the Inspector General of Police, Christian Tete Yohuno, while acknowledging the hard work and dedication of his predecessor, Dr. George Akuffo Dampare, committed to leading with diligence, integrity, and dedication required to maintain peace and security in the country. He also assured the Ghana Police Service of professionalism and fairness.
At this glorious moment, today, I express my profound gratitude and the honor bestowed on me by His Excellency, the President of the Republic of Ghana and Commander-in-Chief of the Ghana Armed Forces, Mr. John Dramani Mahama, for appointing me to this prestigious position as the Inspector General of Police of our dear country. Your Excellency, being entrusted with such a pivotal role signifies a personal milestone. It acknowledges the dedication, hard work, and commitment to excellence that have formed the bedrock of my policing career since I joined the service as a recruit in the year 1985. Your Excellency, distinguished ladies and gentlemen, this leadership position transcends mere title. It embodies a solemn responsibility that demands unwavering vigilance, integrity, and the ability to make decisions that safeguard the safety, security, and the well-being of our citizens and beyond. Your Excellency, I approach this responsibility with the utmost seriousness, fully recognizing the weight of expectations accompanying this role. In alignment with the transformation and modernization of the service, I pledge to uphold the values, traditions, and culture of the Ghana Police Service, consistent with the resetting agenda of Your Excellency, the President. In this regard, the guiding principles will include discipline and respect for seniority within the hierarchy structure of the service. So I assure you, Your Excellency, that professionalism, transparency, accountability, and fairness shall underpin my administration and focus on renewing attitudes and performance, thereby positioning the service to meet the aspirations of our people and foster peace and security in our country. So let me reaffirm a fundamental truth. Policing is a shared and collective responsibility. Consequently, community engagement and community policing and partnership will be an essential strategy for communities to participate in crime prevention and fighting. I take this opportunity to express my heartfelt gratitude to my family, colleagues, and loved ones for supporting me throughout my journey. Your guidance and trust have been instrumental in shaping me into the leader I am today. And I will continue to depend on your expertise as we work collectively to reset and consolidate the norms and traditions of our institution. At this juncture, I wish to acknowledge the remarkable achievements of my predecessors, whose dedication and excellence have paved the way for our present endeavors. To the courageous policemen and women who believe in my ability to lead, I commit to remaining diligent and transparent in all pursuits to collectively build the service we aspire to for our beloved nation. By fostering a secure environment where justice, peace, and stability flourish, we can create the conditions necessary for everyone's well-being. I will strive to uphold the values and standards that have defined this office of generations I will do everything within my power to ensure that our security remains responsive and proactive. Once again, thank you for your trust. I'm both honored and eager to embark on this new chapter in my policing, and I look forward to collaborating with each of you to cultivate a safer and more secure environment for the people of Ghana. May God bless the Ghana Police Service, bless our homeland Ghana, and bless us all.
Inspector General of Police, Christian Tete Yohuno.
This Eyewitness News on 97.3 Citi FM. So yesterday, an announcement was made that the president has appointed Christian Tete Yohuno, COP, to become the Inspector General of Police, replacing Dr. George Akufo-Dampare. At a ceremony today at the Jubilee House, Christian Tete Yohuno was sworn in as the Inspector General of Police. Let's speak to someone who understands the workings of the Ghana Police Service to see what this new change of guard means, what the legacy of Dr. George Akufo-Dampare would be, and what Christian Tete Yohuno should start thinking about fixing in the police service. The person I'm going to speak to was a commissioner of police, COP. He's retired now. He's Bright Odro. He was Director General of the Criminal Investigations Department of the Ghana Police Service, CID. Sir, you're welcome to Eyewitness News.
Yeah, good evening.
Good evening to you. I think we should deal with Dampare. Have you worked with him in the past before he became IG? What kind of person is he? What legacy is he leaving behind in the police service in your estimation?
Oh, yes, I know him very well. From the days when he was a constable till he became an officer. And then at headquarters, when he became Director General Finance and the Welfare, I was also there as one of the Director Generals. So we've worked together. I know him, he knows me. We had a very wonderful working relationship when I was CID boss. And so I know him.
I see.
I know him very well.
What kind of person would you describe him as?
In fact, when we were there, I think he was forthright and he was hardworking, and he had held certain positions, key positions in the police service at the time that I was there. But then he wasn't the Inspector General of Police. But I think he excelled wherever he was at the time as Director General of Finance and also as Welfare. Then he became Operations, and also he was also Director General, I think, Admin also. And so he is well known. He was quite a firm guy. He was quite a firm officer at the time. But as I said, when he became IGP, probably he wasn't the type that we knew when he wasn't the IGP.
So things changed when he became an IGP?
Not a change as such, but maybe the leadership role that he assumed made him do certain things that I think were not in the interest of the police, the police officers, the men and women in uniform, in the police uniform. And we can mention a lot of things that he did, which didn't go well with the generality of the police personnel.
What were some of these things that he did when he became leader of the service that you thought, what you call the chief constable in the UK, that didn't sit well with police personnel?
Well, you can mention promotions. You know, people have complained a lot about promotions that he did. You know, we have structures in the police service that should be responsible for promotions, that should be responsible for transfer. But if I should take this issue of promotions, I think you've heard about how some people got promotions in, let's say, space of maybe 3 years, somebody rising up to the rank of chief lieutenant from ASP. There were so many of junior officers who out-jumped their seniors in matters of promotion. And so, you see, the morale and, of course, the agitation were there. People were complaining about they having been sidestepped while their juniors had been promoted. If you look at some of the commands, at the district command level, you could see that an assistant superintendent of police is the head, while you have superintendents superintendents are in charge of crime. About 6 or 7 districts that we had evidence of such positioning. I mean, so there were problems of placement and then transfer, which were not done according to the structures in the CI 76. There were certain transfers that were done. The IGP himself decided to do transfers without recourse to transfer board, just like he did promotions without recourse to appointment and promotion advisory board. And so there were quite a lot. You could see also that the police communication system had completely broken down. Everything is done at headquarters. So if there are issues of crime, issues of security in certain regions, it's only the headquarters that issues 1 or 2 statements and so on. So the communication department more or less has been gagged under his administration. How often did you see regional commanders talk about crime in their regions? So these are some of the things. And then the welfare. People were victimized according to some of the reports that we had. If you don't sit well with him, you may be transferred to a very remote area. Even though the rank that you wear does not warrant maybe a transfer to such remote area. So many transfers, and there were people that were not in good relationship with him. And if anybody aligns or anybody is closer to such an officer, you will stand to be victimized. And these things happen. So the welfare matters were grave under his administration. Police officers complained, and if time has come for him also to step aside for somebody to take over, I think that it's in order. Because after all, he's also had his share of leadership. He's been there for 3.5 years, and I think he's outlived some of the Inspector General of Police in the past. Some of them did not even stay up for 2 years. So if he's been there for 3.5 years and then he's been replaced, I think it's in order. But what we need to emphasize is the fact that this administration was characterized by controversies. You know about certain court cases that we have, officers taking him to court, and you could also see the jubilations that characterized his removal yesterday. People were jubilating why it has never happened before. And so you see that the police generally were not content with the way that they were administered.
But see, for us outsiders, we see an IGP who is opening up the service to the public, an IGP who doesn't show brute force, an IGP who is calm, who is humble, who is nice to everybody, an IGP who has done renovation works making your police headquarters look beautiful, an IGP who has deployed police visibility motorbikes all around the place so that wherever we are in town we feel safe, an IGP who is working with national security to ensure that security cameras or CCTV cameras at intersections are being used. These are positive things we see, a public image of the police service that he has championed, a police TV that is portraying the good image of the police service and so on and so forth. Could it be the case that he is trying, or he dared to be different, and because he dared to be different in a system that likes to be in a certain way, that is why he is being, people are celebrating his exit rather than crying that he's leaving?
But what difference did we see under Mr. Alassane, under Mr. Pitu, under Mr. Yohuno Kofi, all the IGPs that have gone? Mr. Alassane was the one who introduced this visibility thing. And successive administrations have also not departed from that direction. And all these things that you mentioned, assuming that we had a different IGP, wouldn't he also do the same thing? If we had motorbikes, if we had so many motorbikes, what would you use them for? Not for patrols. If you have vehicles, police patrol vehicles, won't you use them for patrols? But the point is, these things are being done. You talk about beautifying police the buildings and so on and so forth. I mean, crime fighting is not about beautification. You understand? There are robberies taking place, and then you and I don't hear about them. What solutions are being preferred by police to tackle robbery? We see them on patrols. Oh, yes, we see. But what about how have we tackled robbery? And then the officers are not speaking about crimes in their jurisdiction. But crimes are taking place all over the places. But yet they don't talk about them. Look at what happened in Adabraka. Has there been a solution to the robbery, daylight robbery, where so much was taken away? What about police officers that were taken to inquiry and they were killed? So there are issues of crime which have not been resolved. And so we will not say that outwardly he's doing well and inwardly he's doing well, he's not doing well. Every other, what you call it, IGP will do what he has under his command. If he has logistics, why not? Because these are the men who will do your work for you. But if the men do their work and then they are gagged from explaining what they do to the public, I mean, nobody speaks. So what is happening in Apa is you and I here don't know. It's the only people in Apa is who know the crime situation there. If robberies like Wale, they mount barriers and kill people because of Boku situation. Do we hear about how we have been able to resolve that? And so there are issues. There are issues of crime all over. And so he has done his part, fine. But inwardly, in the service itself, there are too many of them are grumbling. People who have been promoted over their seniors. The seniors are grumbling. People who have been on interdiction. Some have been on interdiction for 3 years. And the interdictions have not been lifted. Okay. They are there. People have been lumped in offices. So many officers who have been brought there in office, one office, they are grumbling. People have been transferred to areas where they shouldn't have been in the first place because they have associated with officers who were seen as not the IGP's friends.
I see. Okay.
And so they have been transferred.
Now we have a new kid on the block, except that he's not very new because he was appointed by Akufo-Addo in the dying hours of his government as Deputy Inspector General of Police in charge of operations. Christian Tete Yohuno, he takes over the mantle now as IGP. What would you advise him to consider or concentrate on as he takes over this role, considering the celebrations people were giving him, especially the videos we've seen where policemen are celebrating, even trying to carry him and all of that? What should be his focus? What can he do differently then, or what should he do differently? And can he really be any different?
Well, I think you spoke about patrols that we see, visibility thing. All these things are good indications of police presence. That those things must be continued. But within the police service itself, those that have been victimized, those officers that have been sidestepped with their juniors promoted over and above them, these are some of the things that you should be looking at. The victimization, the interdiction. And of course, he also needs to consult. You see, if you control, you have a pool of retired IGPs there who have wealth of experience. You have so many commissioners who have been there. And Mr. Yohuno has been there for 40 years now, from constable to IGP. And now you see, he himself was a victim of some of the things of this past administration under Dr. Dampai. When his own boys that he wanted to use to work with were transferred without recourse to him. Some of them who were asked to wait because Mr. Yohuno wanted to see the IGP and discuss the matter with him were interdicted. And that some of the matters are in court. Some of the boys decided to take the matter to court. So we speak about a lot of things that happen in the previous administration. But Mr. Yohuno has been a witness, so he knows all this. And it is time for him to look at what happened, what went wrong, so that he can remedy and then bring policemen together for the betterment of all of us. But I know he has the experience. He's a crime fighter. He has been in the service. He has been in the forefront of crime fighting, and he knows how to handle the situation. Once he involves others, once he opens up for people to explain what the police are doing. Police shouldn't be a mystery. You were speaking about he doesn't harm, or policemen on operation, they don't harm anybody. We have had what we call equipment. We have water cannons. we have rubber bullets and so on and so forth. So if people are on demonstration and they are destroying, they are blocking the road, you look at them for them to do that before you arrest anybody. Then what are the water cannons there for? And so we must have a police that is effective, police that must be able to stand the test of time, police that should be able to prevent the commission of crime, commission of disorder. These are the things that probably we want.
Commissioner, we do not intend to politicize our police administration, but there is a conversation out there. So the man who is the new IGP is appointed by a president who is an NDC member. Now, just a few months ago, this same person was promoted or appointed as deputy IG by a president who is a member of the NPP. Does that mean, or does that do anything to the neutrality of Tete Yohuno, whether or not he is aligned to NDC or NPP?
As for me, I don't even want to go there. Once you are the IGP, you are the IGP. And then the protection, the security of all of us is in your hands.
Very well.
So whether you are seen as NDC or you are seen as NPP, all that we expect from you is do your work as a professional. That is what we expect from you.
Very well. Thank you so much. Yes. Thank you so much for speaking to us, sir.
Yeah, thank you.
That's COP retired Bright Odro. He was the Director General of the Ghana Police Service, CID. Let's speak to someone who is still in service, who is also about to retire. DSP Seth Danso is the Regional Director, Motor Traffic and Transport Department, MTTD, of the police in the Western Central Command. You're welcome to Eyewitness News, DSP.
Thank you.
Western Central Command, I believe, is one of the new regions that were created for the police service. I don't know, was that done under Dr. Dampari?
Yes.
So that's which area? Which area is that?
A lot of many regions for to facilitate administration of the police service.
I see. So where is Western Central?
Western Central was carved out of the Western region into three parts. So we have the Western region proper, which is the Sekendi Takradi, and then we have the Western Central, which is Takwa. And then we have the Western North region, which is Sevivi also.
I see. And you have been commander there. Now, I'm told you are going to retire soon. But I want to ask you a question. You have been in the service. You have seen IGPs come. You have seen IGPs go. For the first time, maybe this is the first time I'm seeing it, but for the first time, we are seeing videos from the police headquarters where policemen are jubilating the removal of their boss. The social media views that we see, Dr. Dampari is being portrayed as some demon who has done nothing good. Nebuchadnezzar and all of these things are being used to describe him. Was he really that bad?
My brother, regards to your listeners, first and foremost, but I think we have to call a spade a spade. I have been in the service. I was enlisted into the service in 1988. I was this man, Mr. C.K. Yohuno, was in the IGP, and to count the number of IGPs that I have served this a lot of them, and I have observed and followed their works, and particularly you have. IGPs like Peter Namfuri, who was mentioned, and everyone in the police service who hail him as one of the best IGPs that ever happened to the best ever happened to the police service. But with the coming of Dr. George Dampari, I think the face of policing in Ghana, generally speaking, changed. And, he did a lot. He set the bar so high. And among his peers, the IGPs that have come and gone, my brother, he is one, I would say, is unique among all of them. He stands out. He stands tall among his peers. There's a lot he's done. I don't know if you want me to enumerate.
Yes, I would like you to do enumeration, but before you came on the line, I spoke to your senior, COP retired Bright Odro.
Yes.
He said Dr. Dampare was sitting on on the promotions of police officers. He transferred police officers to places that their rank did not require them to be sent. He talked about the crime that has not been solved. He talked about a number of things and said these are all the ills against Dr. Dampare, and that's why people were jubilating, police officers especially were jubilating his exit. What do you say to these things, that he sat on people's promotions and that he had people who were not his friends, and to the extent that you are not his friend, he would transfer you, and all of these are all allegations being thrown around. What's your response to that, having you describing him as one of a kind?
Yes. Sitting on promotions, I don't think it's anything new. No, the IGP, Dr. Dampare, has always, effected promotions when they are due. People whose promotions, for instance, people like, when I don't want to go, there are some secrets. Sometimes you have to, bring them, because when his predecessor was going away, Mr. Opon was leaving office. He left. He promoted a lot of his, I would say his office staff and the people who were not due for, promotions. He promoted a lot of people. You see, and Dampare was the one who said no. You can't. It's not right for him to have done that, and because of that, these are the people who go on social media and make a lot of noise that he should remove and all that. You see, Dampare, I don't think he does some of the the things that people say. He's a very unique person. He's well disciplined. He brought a lot of discipline into the police service. He, in fact, brought uniformity. Can you imagine uniforms? Our police service. Even when we have to talk about an institution like the police service, we didn't have particular uniforms. But this is someone who brought sanity into the uniform that we wear. And so we have days when we wear particular kind of uniforms, and all over the country, wherever you go, you see the same kind of uniform. You see, he brought visibility. I think Alaji Alasan or somebody like that. He brought visibility and all that. And with the PID, creation of this PID, Police Intelligence Department, you can imagine the armed robbery issues and everything. All of these crimes have gone down. Very heinous crimes, have gone down because of this, the creation of this PID. Police, FPU, they're always they're everywhere. Motorbikes, you see them everywhere. In case of accident, you see them riding where there's traffic jam. They go and try and control the traffic. Discipline, commanders. You see, the police service as an institution was fraught with indiscipline. A lot of indiscipline. The face of the police service, it was a disgrace. It was virtually, you are a policeman and you cannot walk chest out. It is these days that under Dr. Dampare, the police officers have become envy of other institutions, not to talk of the security services. You don't even talk of the other services, other public services. And police is an envy, is envy of everyone now. And I don't see why promotions, people talk about promotions, and why would he not sit on promotions when you are not due for promotions? You see, our system is such that people have gone to school, people go to school, and then come and then they want promotions. people are working. Those who go out, go to school, don't take the right channels to go to school, because we have service. We have the CI 76. We have the procedures to follow before you attain your degrees and all that, and then you go on your own frolic without working. You take salary for no work done, and then you go to school, go and take your degree, and come, and you want that person to promote you, and leave the people who were on the ground working whilst you were in schools without steady leave. You want that person to promote you? Is that fair?
DSP, so DSP, the people we saw in the videos jubilating, those who are writing on social media, is that a popular opinion, or it is a view of a select few who are not happy with what he was doing?
It is the view of a select few. The select few who, in fact, as a matter of fact, Mr. Tete Yohuno, he is now coming, and he should rather be very, very careful because of sycophants. People who will come and sing praises and say, "Oh, he's the one, he's the best guy, he's the best, he's that, he's this, he's that," and then at the end of the day, the same people praise him at the same time. They are the same people who will spoil his administration if he's not careful. Because they are sycophants. You see, people don't want to, follow procedures and orders. Police is an institution. It is a what do you call it? A regimental institution. So we have to follow the police instructions, the CI 76, and the Police Service Act, and all those things. We have to follow them. You see, those are the people who are not due for what do you call it? They are not due for city leave, and then they go on their own frolic, go and acquire degrees, and then come back and want to be promoted ahead of people who have been in the service and who are working. Working. You see, so as a promotion, I don't think I for one, I also went to school and came back, even though I had study leave. I was on study leave. They told me what? My acquisition of academic degree or whatever it is, it's not a panacea for promotion. But I didn't sit down. I didn't insult any IGP. I didn't blame any IGP for whatever it is, because it's a lay down policy. You understand? So I had to write examination for entry into the police service, into the police academy. You understand me?
Very well.
So you see, people want to cut corners, and if Dampari says no, at the expense of the rest of the staff, you cannot cut corners. He's a bad person.
Okay. Thank you.
I don't think that is right.
Thank you so much for speaking to us, sir.
Yes.
That's DSP. Yes, that's DSP Seth Danso. He is Regional MTTD Director for the Western Central Command of the Ghana Police Service. Earlier, you heard from COP retired Bright Odro, former Director General of Police CID. This matter of the removal of Dr. George Akufo Dampari and the replacement with Christian Tete Yohuno took center stage in Parliament, didn't it, Howard?
Yes, it did, Sandra. Now, the Minority Leader Alexander Penyo-Markin has expressed worry over the government's lack of appreciation for the services rendered by the former Inspector General of Police, Dr. George Akufo Dampari. This comes after President Mahama relieved him of his post, replacing him with COP Christian Tete Yohuno as the new IGP. Speaking on the floor of Parliament, Alexander Penyo-Markin indicated that the communication from the government spokesperson on the removal of Dr. Dampari failed to acknowledge his contribution to the police service.
We heard that the president has sacked him, and in his place, COP Yohuno is taking over. The president has dismissed the IGP. In the statement from the government spokesperson and the minister in charge of government communication,
there was no gratitude being expressed. The statement issued was to the effect that the president has made a new appointment. So the IGP Dampari was sacked yesterday, and there's going to be a swearing in tomorrow. Mr. Speaker, on the business statement, I was expecting the honorable member who presented the business statement to have talked about the electricity situation. Yes, Mr. Speaker, I read the Electricity Company of Ghana scheduled outages on March 11 and 12 across Ashanti, Volta, Greater Accra, and Tema, while unscheduled cuts like 24-hour blackouts were reported. Mr. Speaker,
Minority Leader Alexander Penyomarkin.
This is Eyewitness News on 97.3 Citi FM. We'll be back with more. Please stay with us.
Be there as it happens.
Oh, jump on now.
Go. Google me. At what time will you come back where I don't hear the sound of your car? Why you buy new car?
No, I don't change my car. It be the same ride. It be the fuel way I change. Way one shouts it. Ever since I started using the all-new Excellium Premium Fuel, fortified with 3-in-1 action. Oh, Joe, now my car they run like electric car. No, it's so.
This is the type of fuel where they want to. Because now engine they cost. Where they want for way if I buy it, it go protect my engine. And with the small way I buy, I'll go drive, sir.
Absolutely. It's like strapping a turbocharger to your engine and giving it a protector. And what they bust my mindset be the 3-in-1 action, no? Excellium they prevent up to 99% of deposit. It be anti-wear, some be anti-corrosion. Won't pay when I open there.
Hey, so where can I find this magical fuel?
Just head over to any Total Energy service station and your car will thank you.
Hey, then make a finish my gobe fast, then rush go Total Energies. My friend, but why your hand my gobe inside?
I give you info. Make a feel the gobe too small.
Go.
Yo, Pana. Excellium is designed to protect your car engine, decrease fuel consumption, and lower CO2 emissions. Don't say fuel, say Excellium. Choose Excellium, choose quality.
This March, we invite you to splash in the pool of cultural expression and soak yourself in a celebration of indigenous authenticity in our Heritage Month. Join us for the Heritage Month launch on Friday, February 28th, as we kick off a month of unforgettable experiences. Pack your bags for the Heritage Caravan, a week-long adventure across Ghana from March the 2nd to the 9th.
It's an opportunity to see Ghana in a more beautiful, and the people, the connection, incredible.
Discover the beauty and history of our land. Savor the flavors at the Back to Your Village Food Festival, a culinary extravaganza on March the 29th and 30th.
The millet tozafi, the corn tozafi, we have the tubani, we have the wache, we have the dawadawa jollof rice. We also serve the local northern beverages, that's pito and zonko.
Taste the essence of Ghana.
The first one I was here, the second one I was here, the third one I was here, this one and the fourth one. And it's not just a bazaar, it's a festival now. And I'm so excited because this is what we should be doing.
Tune in to the Heritage On Air series on 97.3 Citi FM and Channel 1 TV each week.
Owusu is a general account name. It's Dev's character. Owusu. So that is why the appellation is Owusu Eduam. You see, when an Ashanti is Eduam, it means something that belongs to him. So Dev's character, he comes to you and grab you as if it belongs to him.
Delve into what makes us Ghanaians. The Heritage On Air series is sponsored by the National Lotteries Authority. Explore our places of interest, feel the rhythm of our music, journey through our religious history, and indulge in our indigenous Ghanaian food. Join us to celebrate our heritage in this Heritage Month, where every moment is a story. Only on Channel 1 TV and 97.3 Citi FM.
Toils of the brave and the sweat of their labors, toils of the brave which have brought results.
This year, Something magical is happening. A celebration of tradition, flavor, and community. Welcome to the Back to Your Village Food Festival 2025.
Taste the heart of your heritage with mouth-watering dishes from across the country like Ademe with Akple, Tozafi with Ayoyo soup, Kokonte, Apapranta, Rare Quine, and many more. From rich spices to sweet treats, it's a journey for your senses. We're taking you back to your village.
Oh yes, let's recreate our age-old recipes.
But it's not just about food, you know. We're celebrating culture, connecting with family, and making memories that last a lifetime.
This March, let's come together and discover the flavors that make us who we are. The date is 29th and 30th of March 2025. The venue, Accra Metropolitan Assembly, and the time is 10 a.m. through till 6 p.m. each day.
The Back to Your Village Food Festival 2025, where food, fun, and tradition meet. See you there.
Interested vendors should call 0558 973 973 or 0205 973 973 to register. The Back to Your Village Food Festival 2025 is powered by Channel 1 TV with support from 97.3 Citi FM and is proudly sponsored by Gino.
Let your voice be heard on Eyewitness News on Facebook at facebook.com/Citi97.3, Twitter at twitter.com/Citi973, and Instagram at instagram.com/Citi973 with the hashtag Eyewitness News.
You're welcome back. This Eyewitness News on 97.3 Citi FM. Now, last week, we did an interview for you. Salom did that interview on Eyewitness News with a former member of Parliament for Hohoe, the Honorable John Peter Amewu, after he said some thugs invaded his home. I want you to listen to excerpts of that interview because we have a reaction to that particular interview here on Eyewitness News. So I want you to listen to that interview. John Peter Amewu granted Salom Kujadunu here on Eyewitness News last week.
Today at 4:30, I've been called by a group of people in Hohoe, including the household. Currently, I'm in Accra. That the former NDC chairman, with some members of the NDC, together with their executives, with a white pickup with a registration number yet to be identified, came around to the gate, and one man came out with a gun in his hand, fired one gunshot. The bullet was what I sent to you. And when they were queried what they were going to do there, the reply was that they were sent from above. According to one of the household, he was heard one of them saying behind that the president asked them to come to the house. When asked which president, they couldn't respond to that. But when they were pursued further, they said they were court bailiffs dispatched from Accra, and that they were there to serve me on notice that I was not properly elected as a member of Parliament in 2020, and that because MPP was in power, the then president used executive powers to authorize the Supreme Court to make my election very valid. And now that they are in government, they are here to serve me without notice.
So that's John Peter Amewu, former minister, former member of Parliament for Hohoe, and you heard him there mention NDC chairman, former NDC chairman. Dr. George Bright Bansa is former NDC chairman for the Hohoe constituency. He has called us asking that he wants a rejoinder in that particular interview. I'll be speaking to him in a bit. I'm told I do not have him on the line. In the interim, let me bring some of your messages. Jones Aduboy-Inla says, I wish to congratulate the new IGP. I hope and pray that he will perform his duty without fear or favor. God bless Ghana. Mosi Ayebi Aista from Abutiateti in the Volta region says, Ghanaians should wholeheartedly support President John Mahama's appointment of Christian Tete Yohuno as Ghana's new IGP. As the president emphasized, the new leadership must exemplify leadership, discipline, and integrity to ensure public trust. Let me go back on the phone line. Dr. George Bright Bansa, NDC, former NDC, former Hohoe Constituency Chairman of the NDC. You're welcome to Eyewitness News.
Thank you.
We conducted an interview last week with your former MP. He did not mention your name, but he said former NDC chairman. I believe and presume you are saying that you are that former NDC chairman he claims, and for which reason you intend to make a rebuttal. We can hear you say.
Exactly. I am the former NDC chairman, and I was there with the bailiff.
Great.
Good. This issue has been in court, and your station had interviewed me some couple of times when we were in Hohoe. So after the whole judgment, we were not satisfied. So we decided to go to the appeals court, and appeals court for Volta, Easton, and OT is Koforidua. So when we went for appeal, we tried to serve him several times, even through Parliament. He was still dodging as he was doing the first time. So we went back to the court and proved that he has dodged or he has refused receiving our appearance notice. So the appeals court gave us a substituted service to be served on him. And this was supposed to be executed on the notice board of appeals court in Koforidua, one also in the whole regional high court, and then one at the Hohoe Municipal High Court. Then the last one should be on his date. So on the set date, we came from Koforidua, did all the ones we need to do, went to the court, whole high court, did the whole high court one. Then I went to police station myself to get 2 policemen. I was told on reaching the police station that the regional commander and his deputies had gone to Hohoe for a security meeting. So they had to take a clearance from him before they can release 2 people to us to go and take the bailiff to John Peter Mo's house. We waited and it was getting to 4:30. So luckily enough, it was a security operative that drove us from Koforidua to Hohoe. So he said, okay, once it's a security operative, he will accompany us with the bailiff to Amaru's house.
When you say security operative, which of the security agencies?
National Security.
Okay. And he was armed?
One person.
He was armed?
Was driving the car that took us.
And he was armed?
He was armed. Every national security person is always armed.
And he was driving you in official car or your personal car or his personal car?
Official car.
What has a national security officer got to do with the service of substituted service or a court process?
I'll get there.
Okay, I don't have a lot of time, so I just wanted to see if you can summarize it quickly.
Yes, because this happened because the previous time that we were supposed to serve him a service, the bailiff from Hohoe, who went to serve him in Fodome, was beaten by his tax. The guy is now beneath the earth. He's dead. So we had to take somebody who will help us to serve. We were not going to serve him in his hand. So when we got to the court, we went to his house with the bailiff. We did not enter his house. Nobody entered his house. The execution was done on his gate, and then I was addressing the media. Then all of a sudden, their constituency youth organizer came and started knocking at the gate. I have sent you videos. What happened that in the video? He was the first person that came there. Then another guy who is a security person at UHAS also came to join him. Then their national coordinator for the constituency also came with his tax from Zongo. So they now accosted the bailiff that the bailiff should take off the things he paid. And the bailiff said, this is an order from the court, so he cannot take it off. So they said, if it is so, they will deflate the tire of the car we were using. So when they started and they wanted to break the glass, So the security man took off his gun. He never shot one gun. Never did he shoot one gun. I hear in the interview you granted him saying that he has a picture of the bullet that came out of the man's gun. I have also granted interview to stations in Hohoe, especially your sister station in Heritage FM, and I told them, Ghana and the world is now advanced. The gun, the bullet that he got, if we take it to forensic audit, we will know the gun from which the pellet came from. So we will take the man's gun and take that bullet and see which gun from which that bullet came from. Up to today, they are not coming forward with the gun. I hear he said he took it.
Hello? Hello?
Hello, can hear you.
Yes, I've heard you. So I think the part where your name has been mentioned is what you wanted to clarify, and you have explained why you were in the house, and you have also explained the issue of the bullet. I think we can end it here. Thank you for speaking to us, sir. It's a very terrible line there. Dr. George Bright Bansa. He is former NDC chairman for the Hohoe constituency. This Eyewitness News on 97.3 Citi from Hawa will be bringing us the latest in the world of business. And then on Point Blank, I'll be talking to the Madina MP, Francis Xavier. So he has a bill he has introduced to Parliament. He wants to make sure, or he wants a law to be enacted to say that once an election is conducted on December 7, no president shall appoint anybody else, so that we don't see what we have been seeing in the past few weeks. And then we also go to Wejagbawe. There's some troubling news there about tidal waves. Please stay.
Eyewitness News. Be there as it happens.
Gasaba. Smoke from firewood and charcoal is harmful and as damaging to our lungs as cigarettes. It can cause heart diseases leading to stroke and may even affect our eyesight in the long run. Grandmothers, mothers, sisters, wives, men, caterers, and everyone still cooking with charcoal, let's switch to LPG gas. The National Petroleum Authority has introduced the cylinder recirculation model in collaboration with local partners to make gas more accessible in all local communities. Whether you own a cylinder or not, join our CRM initiative. Simply show up at any exchange point near you with a small down payment to receive a filled cylinder or swap your empty one. Regular safety checks will be in place. Say ebisa musemo or gas. Afedia gasaba. Switch from firewood and charcoal to gas for a better and healthier life. This message is brought to you by the National Petroleum Authority and the Ministry of Energy.
This year, something magical is happening. A celebration of tradition, flavor, and community. Welcome to the Back to Your Village Food Festival 2025.
Taste the heart of your heritage with mouth-watering dishes from across the country like Ademe with Akple, Tozafi with Ayoyo soup, Kokonte, Apopranta, Rare Quine, and many more. From rich spices to sweet treats, it's a journey for your senses. We're taking you back to your village.
Oh yes, let's recreate our age-old recipes.
But it's not just about food, you know. We're celebrating culture, connecting with family, and making memories that last a lifetime.
This March, let's come together and discover the flavors that make us who we are. The date is 29th and 30th of March 2025. The venue, Accra Metropolitan Assembly, and the time is 10 a.m. through till 6 p.m. each day.
The Back to Your Village Food Festival 2025, where food, fun, and tradition meet. See you there.
Interested vendors should call 0558-973-973 or 0205-973-973 to register. The Back to Your Village Food Festival 2025 is powered by Channel 1 TV with support from 97.3 Citi FM and is proudly sponsored by Gino. This March, we invite you to splash in the pool of cultural expression and soak yourself in a celebration of indigenous authenticity in our Heritage Month. Join us for the Heritage Month launch on Friday, February 28th as we kick off a month of unforgettable experiences. Pack your bags for the Heritage Caravan, a week-long adventure across Ghana from March the 2nd to the 9th.
It's an opportunity to see Ghana in a more beautiful, and the people, the connection, incredible.
Discover the beauty and history of our land.
Of their labors.
Savor the flavors at the Back to Your Village Food Festival, a culinary extravaganza on March the 29th and 30th.
The millet tozafi, the corn tozafi, we have the tubani, we have the wache, we have the dawadawa jollof rice. We also serve the local northern beverages, that's pito and zonko.
Taste the essence of Ghana.
The first one I was here, the second one I was here, the third one I was here, this one and the fourth one. And it's not just a bazaar, it's a festival now. And I'm so excited because this is what we should be doing.
Tune in to the Heritage On Air series on 97.3 Citi FM and Channel 1 TV each week.
Ohusu is a general account name. It's Dev's character. Owuni Subain. So that is why the appellation is Ohusu Eduam. You see, when an Ashanti is Eduam, it means something that belongs to him. So Dev's character, he comes to you and grab you as if it belongs to him.
Delve into what makes us Ghanaians. The Heritage On Air series is sponsored by the National Lotteries Authority. Explore our places of interest, feel the rhythm of our music, journey through our religious history, and indulge in our indigenous Ghanaian food. Join us to celebrate our heritage in this Heritage Month, where every moment is a story. Only on Channel 1 TV and 97.3 Citi FM.
Toils of the brave and the sweat of their labors. Toils of the brave which have brought results.
Eyewitness News. Be there as it happens.
Get the details. Every significant financial transaction, every market movement, and all the policies that affect your business. Citi Business News. Be informed.
Time now for Citi Business News on Eyewitness News. I am Hawa Idrisu Mustafa. Details now. The price of gold has surged past the $3,000 per ounce threshold for the first time. This is driven by rising demand amidst economic uncertainty stemming from ongoing global trade tensions. On Friday, spot gold peaked at a historic $3,400 per ounce, marking a 14% increase since the beginning of 2025. The precious metal is widely regarded as a safe haven investment, attracting buyers during periods of financial instability. Meanwhile, on the domestic front, the government is proposing an increment in the growth and sustainability levy on mining firms from 1% to 3%. Authorities argue that the adjustment is necessary to ensure Ghana secures a fair share of revenue from the mining industry. Away from that, Ghana and the government of Japan have signed a grant agreement for a $13.4 million project for the stabilization of power in Tamale. The project would construct a new primary substation, control room, and installation of equipment and interconnected sub-transmission lines in Tamale. Speaking at the signing ceremony, Finance Minister Dr. Kasiola Tufosi noted that the move is a crucial step in addressing the growing demand for reliable electricity in the country.
Where you are offering us $13.4 million for the purposes of the Tamale power stabilization. We are here to sign on behalf of Ghana and yourself on behalf of Ghana. And also to use this opportunity to assure you that our doors are always open and we are ready to continue the cooperation and even strengthen it between the two countries. Another matter of significant importance to us as a government has to do with the building of the construction of the volleyball bridge. I also want to use this opportunity to inform you that the volleyball bridge is a top priority of the Mahama administration. And it's our hope that we'll use this year to finish all the preparatory work. And beginning January next year, as part of the 2026 budget, we'll provision to begin the construction of the volleyball bridge.
Finance Minister Dr. Kasiola Tufosin, the Ghana Revenue Authority GRA is urging citizens to demand VAT invoices and comply with tax obligations to enhance revenue collection. This comes as the government prepares to scrap several taxes in the 2025 budget, including the e-levy, COVID-19 levy and betting tax, in a bid to streamline the tax regime. Speaking to Citi Business News on the sidelines of a tax and legal clinic organized by Budget Ghana in partnership with Oxfam and the International Budget Partnership, Chief Revenue Officer at the Office of the Deputy Commissioner in charge of Operations, Victor Akogo, emphasized the need for voluntary tax compliance to sustain revenue generation.
What GRA currently is doing is that we are promoting voluntary compliance by trying to educate people, because there is a belief that when businessmen who earn income and employees who receive employment income and investment income understand the need to pay the taxes, they will voluntarily comply. So there is the need for sustained education for them to understand that they have earned income and they ought to pay taxes. That is the direct taxes, and we also have the indirect taxes. We are also saying that all consumers should be able to insist on the collection of their VAT invoices, because a VAT is imposed on goods and services, and supply of goods and services, anyone who does not collect his VAT invoice gives the opportunity to the supplier to keep the government tax money.
Victor Akogo is Chief Revenue Officer at the Office of the Deputy Commissioner in charge of Operations at the Ghana Revenue Authority. Meanwhile, Fiscal Policy Advisor with Oxfam, Dr. Angela Alu, has expressed confidence that student entrepreneurs will comply with tax obligations and contribute meaningfully to economic growth.
The main idea for this program was to really provide a platform for GRA as others within the, should I say it, like the regulatory and then the financial services sector to interact with students, especially when it comes to tax compliance. And then our hope is that today was just the beginning of many more of such conversations. We are hoping that even as this information is going out, that other young people would also, based on what they have heard or maybe what their friends share with them, also see the need to be compliant in their businesses.
Fiscal Policy Advisor with Oxfam, Dr. Angela Alu, and in Citi Business News on Eyewitness News. I am Hawa Idrisi Mustafa. Up next is Point Blank.
Detailed news, unparalleled coverage. City News on 97.3 FM.
This March, we invite you to splash in the pool of cultural expression and soak yourself in a celebration of indigenous authenticity in our Heritage Month. Join us for the Heritage Month launch on Friday, February 28th, as we kick off a month of unforgettable experiences. Pack your bags for the Heritage Caravan, a week-long adventure across Ghana from March the 2nd to the 9th.
It's an opportunity to see Ghana in a more beautiful, and the people, the connection, incredible.
Discover the beauty and history of our land.
All their labors.
Savor the flavors at the Back to Your Village Food Festival, a culinary extravaganza on March the 29th and 30th.
The millet tozafi, the corn tozafi, we have the tubani, we have the wache, we have the dawa jollof rice. We also serve the local northern beverages, that's pito and zonko.
Taste the essence of Ghana.
The first one I was here, the second one I was here, the third one I was here, this one and the fourth one. And it's not just a bazaar, it's a festival now. And I'm so excited because this is what we should be doing.
Tune in to the Heritage On Air series on 97.3 Citi FM and Channel 1 TV each week.
Ogusu is a general account name. It's Dev's character. Owusu. So that is why the appellation is Owusu Eduam. You see, when an Asante is Eduam, it means something that belongs to him. So Dev's character, he comes to you and grab you as if it belongs to him.
Delve into what makes us Ghanaians. The Heritage On Air series is sponsored by the National Lotteries Authority. Explore our places of interest, feel the rhythm of our music, journey through our religious history, and indulge in our indigenous Ghanaian food. Join us to celebrate our heritage in this Heritage Month, where every moment is a story. Only on Channel 1 TV and 97.3 Citi FM.
Toils of the brave and the sweat of their labors, toils of the brave which have brought results.
Oh, jump on now.
Go, the go. Go me. At what time will you come back where I don't hear the sound of your car? Why you buy new car?
No, I not change my car. It be the same ride. It be the fuel way I change. Way one shouts it. Ever since I started using the all-new Excellium Premium Fuel, fortified with 3-in-1 action. Oh, Joe, now my car they run like electric car. No, it's so.
This is the type of fuel where they want to. Cause now engine they cost. Where they want for way if I buy it, it go protect my engine. And with the small way I buy, I go drive, sir.
Absolutely. It's like strapping a turbocharger to your engine and giving it a protector. And what they bust my mind, Seth, be the 3-in-1 action, no? Excellium, they prevent up to 99% of deposit. It be anti-wear, some be anti-corrosion. Won't pay when I open them.
Hey, so where can I find this magical fuel?
Just head over to any Total Energy service station and your car will thank you.
Hey, then make a finish my gobe fast, then rush go Total Energies. My friend, but why your hand my gobe inside?
I give you info. Make a fill the gobe too small.
The go.
Excellium is designed to protect your car engine, decrease fuel consumption, and lower CO2 emissions. Don't say fuel, say Excellium. Choose Excellium, choose quality.
This year, something magical is happening. A celebration of tradition, flavor, and community. Welcome to the Back to Your Village Food Festival 2025.
Taste the heart of your heritage with mouth-watering dishes from across the country like Ademe with Akple, Tozafi with Ayoyo soup, Kokonte, Apopranta, Rejoinder, and many more. From rich spices to sweet treats, it's a journey for your senses. We're taking you back to your village.
Oh yes, let's recreate our age-old recipes.
But it's not just about food, you know. We're celebrating culture, connecting with family, and making memories that last a lifetime.
This March, let's come together and discover the flavors that make us who we are. The date is 29th and 30th of March 2025. The venue, Accra Metropolitan Assembly, and the time is 10 a.m. through till 6 p.m. each day.
The Back to Your Village Food Festival 2025, where food, fun, and tradition meet. See you there.
Interested vendors should call 0558-973-973 or 0205-973-973 to register. The Back to Your Village Food Festival 2025 is powered by Channel 1 TV with support from 97.3 Citi FM and is proudly sponsored by Gino.
Eyewitness News. Be there as it happens.
I'm in the sea because right now the sea has gone back. So when the sea is full, you can see that at the back of my house. The sea, that is the resting place. So when the waves come, it will just eat the walls. So you can see that. Look at where the sun. So at times the water will climb the window and then it will come inside the bedroom. Then we will be cleaning and then be stopping the sea.
Are you not afraid?
Oh, I'm afraid because I don't have anywhere to go with the kids. And right now, too, as a man, my strength has come down. And there's no money for me to go and rent another house. So we are managing, we are pleading with the government to come in aid and support us.
We never imagined our homes be swallowed by the sea, but it has overflowed its banks. What we need is a sea defense before the waters encroach further into the town. Many homes and buildings once stood here, but they have all been destroyed. We urge the government to intervene.
You hear the voices of residents of a community known as Kele in the Wejagbari municipality of the Greater Accra region. Over 40 homes have been submerged after the sea entered their community. A community school has also gone. School children are having to go to a nearby community, Wiaboman, because they've lost their school to the sea. The National Disaster Management Organization, through its principal district disaster control officer for the Wejagbawe area, Ebenezer Buachi, says the construction of a sea defense wall will mitigate the incident. Let's listen to him before I go on to my next interview.
The sea has been able to wash a land away. So for some meters where there used to be some headlands, now as we speak now, the sea has washed away all those headlands, and we believe there is a need for us to get a permanent solution at here. So we are of the view that we need to be able to get something like sea defense to protect the people, else in some few years to come we may lose the whole township of Kele and Wiaboman. Because if you look at the rate at which the sea is eroding into the town, something drastic needs to be done as early as possible.
So you are proposing a sea defense?
Yes. So we are appealing to the authorities as early as possible. We need to come to the aid of the people here.
So that's Ebenezer Buachi. He's the principal disaster control officer for the National Disaster Management Organization in Weja. Let's turn attention to another story. The Member of Parliament for Madina, Francis Xavier Susu, who is credited for a number of private members' bills in the last Parliament, is back in action. He has brought before the House a bill proposing the non-appointment of persons at a certain period in a time or in an electoral cycle. He's joined me on the line. Honorable Francis Xavier Susu, you're welcome to Eyewitness News.
Yeah, thank you, Umar. Good evening to your cherished listeners.
Good evening to you. Talk to us about this, your bill that you have brought before the House on the non-appointment of persons after our elections. Talk to us more, please.
Well, this is a private bill that seeks to amend Article 195 of the Constitution to prevent appointment of persons after general elections and during transition periods into public offices. Obviously, such appointments are inconsistent with good governance practices. And the research that we did shows clearly that when in 1969, under Prime Minister Kofi Abrefauzia, some 568 people were dismissed because they were appointed immediately before he came to office. And this has been the trend. If you would remember, in 2016, after the 2016 election, over some 9,639 people were dismissed because they were up immediately before the change in office. And it has continued to legislators. We are supposed to look at the gaps in the law and propose amendments that will regularize what we do so we can champion practices. It's been seen that appointment during election or right after or during transition periods adds to removing confidence in the public service. It also amounts to abuse of power. If we prevent this, it will help build public trust in the public service. That way, new government will not be saddled with the responsibility of having to do away with people who have been appointed without budgetary allocation and things like that. So that is essentially what the bill seeks to do. It's just in very, very early stages yet, but the constitutional amendments have been drafted, gone through the clerk to Parliament, to the Speaker, and we are hoping that it will be referred to the drafting department for further actions.
We do know that governments are continuous, so that to the extent that there's an election should not break the cycle of the works of a government or the machinery of government. Why do you think that after an election is conducted, government should shut down?
Well, once election is conducted, not just when election is conducted, but when election is conducted, especially, and then there is a new president elected, it makes logical sense, and in fact, it also gives credence to good governance practices that you will simply wait until the new president is sworn in on the 7th of January, incumbency, right? And so when he gets there, they then now try to rush people through the system. When it happens like that, people don't go through the well-laid procedure for appointment into the public service. It leads to putting square holes in round holes, square pegs in round holes, and it creates a lot of problem for the public service, and it creates trust problem for the public service. Not only that, you would know that just before an election, usually the government will not do a budget that will cover the ensuing year. And so there's no budgetary allocation at all for such appointments. And so it's a complete abuse. And this happens because there's a gap in the law. And once this gap is addressed, it saves everyone that the trouble of such appointments during electioneering period.
Very well. Let's talk about something else that you started last Parliament. They plan to amend our Public Holidays Act so that Muslims especially would celebrate 2 holidays at least per their 2 major festivals annually. The president has announced already that when it comes to the Eid al-Fitr this year, it's going to be 2 holidays. I don't know how that ties into the bill that you had proposed to bring in the last Parliament.
Well, the convention is that a bill in the last Parliament dies with that Parliament. And so the president's proposal is a very, very welcome proposal because it addresses part of what I sought to do with that bill in the former Parliament. And so we just thank the president and commend him for the bold decision to make this happen. Hopefully when this gets to the floor, I'm sure that some of the policy reasoning that I gave for the holiday come up during committee hearings, and where it is necessary, appropriate amendments could be proposed.
Very well. Thank you so much for speaking to us, sir.
Thank you, sir.
That's Honorable Francis Xavier Susu. He is NDC Member of Parliament for Medina and a member of the General Legal Council, newly appointed. This is Eyewitness News and how we end tonight, as well as this week's edition from our studios in Accra. My name is Umar Rusanda Amadu. I did this with Hawa Idrisu Mustafa. Production tonight by Kobina Wilson, Beverly London, Sami Wiafi, and Mano Ayama, as well as Juliana Asari. Technical production from Desmond Nyaku, and new media support from Emmanuel Owusu of the new media team. We'll make way for Sports Panorama now, but if you want more news and current affairs, the big issue tomorrow at 9 a.m. with Salom Kojo Adonu is a show you should listen to.